Good morning, guys, and welcome to Tuesday's FRT Gold live video. Hope you're all doing well. The sun's shining once again. We've got an excellent day's racing taking place. 5 meetings in total today, and the fact that the sun's out, we're looking at some good to firm ground. That's always a really good sign, really positive, and it's what we want flat racing to be on. To be honest, the flat completely dominates today with 5 meetings at Nottingham, Bath, Newcastle, Yarmouth, and at Warwick. Those races at Yarmouth and Warwick take place a little bit later this afternoon, while Nottingham, Bath, and Newcastle take place this afternoon, and then Yarmouth and Warwick this evening. So it should be a good day. Plenty of action taking place, and as you'd expect, as the week goes on, the racing gets better. So really looking forward to today's action. Remind you, as always, this is a Q&A session. If you did want to join in, that's if you've got any questions about any of today's tips, if there's a certain race or a certain type of bet that you'd like that we haven't covered today, then as a Gold member, that's completely it's fine for you to send me a message and get in touch via the Q&A session, and we can work out a tip for you if you would like that. That's one of the advantages of being a Gold member. You can have the extra tips if you want them, or you can request some extra tips, no problem whatsoever. If you can't join in the Q&A session, then or maybe you haven't got the time to do that now, you're not watching this video live, then just remember you can send me an email, joe@freeracingtips.co.uk. And you can also join the Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/FRT Gold, and you can get in touch that way too. So we'll take a little look at yesterday to begin with, and it was actually another really profitable day. Actually, the premium tip unfortunately was declared a non-runner at around about 1:30 p.m. or so, so it was a bit late to put up a replacement, to be honest. Bit of a shame, really, that the premium tip was made a non-runner, because it was of course the best bet of the day, and was feeling confident that that would come in. But sometimes that's just completely what happens, and there's not much we can do about that. So of course you do get your money back though for that being a non-runner, and it just shows as well the beauty of having a next best bet, as we had an 11-4 shot here that was actually a winner. So in many ways, the next best bet was almost the best bet of the day now, with the premium tip being withdrawn. That winning at 11-4 certainly sent the day into profit, and it was also in the Lucky 15 along with a 6-4 winner. And because the premium tip had been voided from the Lucky 15, it did mean that a couple of winners went more returns than usual. It went around £30 back from £1 stake, so for a £15 bet there. Of course, with the premium tip had run, and that was a winner that we were expecting it to be and hoping it to be, and it could have been a really good day. But plenty of profit there. And also finally the odds on double, which I've been kind of running on the Facebook group almost through like a bit of a trial period for the last couple of weeks, and it seems to have gone down really well. The results are good. I finally put it out to all Gold members yesterday, and we started well there with a 21-10 odds on double. Have one today, not quite the same odds in terms of value, but looking forward to another odds on double today, and they will take place most days. They're not going to be every day, because some days there just simply aren't two horses at these type of bets that I like the look of, and last thing you want to do is just put them up for the sake of it. But now that's on the site, it's on the Facebook group, and I'm going to go through it here, and it should have been in your emails this morning as well. So plenty to look back on from yesterday, we've done that, but plenty to look forward to today as well. And we'll start off today by looking at the premium tip, which goes in the 6:30 at Yarmouth, and our tip here is El Gouge Le Maire, and that's currently at 2-1. This is 4 words, it's El Gouge Le Maire. Bit of a strange name there, but hopefully that can do the business. Certainly not a name that you'll be forgetting. This 5-year-old was actually a winner over course and distance a couple of starts ago, and then was second over 1 mile and 1 furlong here last time out. Returns to the 10 furlong trip today, which is shorter suit after that course and distance victory, and I think this horse has the quality needed to take this race. I think could potentially be well handicapped, doesn't carry much weight at all in this one, and also has Rosie Jessup's £3 claim, and I think she's an underrated jockey actually that is well worth the value for a £3 claim. When you talk about jockeys with a £3 claim, you often talk about Oisin Murphy, who is of course probably one of the best in terms of an apprentice, but Rosie Jessup I think is right up there, and yeah, well worth her £3. That's always a little bonus, and sometimes perhaps one to keep an eye out for. So yeah, I think this horse looks to be really well handicapped, clearly in good form, won't mind this quicker ground that we're going to have at Yarmouth today, and should be a really good premium tip and hopefully run well this afternoon. That's in the 6:30 at Yarmouth. Our premium tip, El Gougela Moor at 2-1. So the next best bet of the day, that goes in the 5:10 at Bath, and our tip here is Miss Tiger Lily, currently at 2-1. Now, this horse has had 3 runs so far this season, actually, and has been improving in each one, which is always a good sign. I think it was 6th and then in 3rd place, and was actually only beaten by a short head last time out, so doesn't need to find too much more in this race to get her nose in front here. It's going to be some quicker ground, as you know, at Bath today. Bath actually have no watering system as well, so you know, whatever the ground conditions might be, that's the way they'll stay. They're not going to have firm ground and water it to make good to Ferb. So that's always worth keeping an eye on, to be honest. If you know, maybe the forecast is really good and you've got a horse that loves firm ground and they're going to Bath, then that's the place maybe you want to take a look at them. So the quicker ground at Bath, I don't think that'll be a problem at all, and looks to be a good win bet here on Miss Tiger Lily. 2-1 is available with a couple of bookmakers, but the majority are now around about the 7-4 mark, so you might want to get on Miss Tiger Lily as soon as possible. That's the next best bet of the day in the 5:10 at Bath. The Little Earner, that goes in the 5:20 at Newcastle, and another interesting name here, our Little Earner today is Run Fat Lass Run, and that's at 8-1. Now, this horse was actually rated 80 when winning on debut a couple of years ago, and we actually didn't see this horse at all in 2013, and she now had a few runs this season and is off a mark of 60. So, you know, if anywhere near her best, you think this is where the race where the horse should go close and maybe even get a nose in front in this one. Has been struggling a little bit, but this does look to be a really winnable mark, and a big run does seem close. Hasn't been disgracing herself, I wouldn't say, by any means. Just needs to get her fitness up. Should be fairly fit now and off a really attractive mark. And in what is a weak race, I think this horse has a great chance there. The Little Earner in the 5:20 at Newcastle, Run Fat Lass Run at 8-1. So we'll now move on to the lucky 15 for today, and we start off with Memory Cloth in the 3:50 at Newcastle, and that's around about a 4-1 shot. It's then Miss Tiger Lily in the 5:10 at Bath at 2-1. It's then the premium tip El Gougela Moor in the 6:30 at Yarmouth at 2-1, and we finish off with Black Minstrel in the 7:45 at Warwick, around about an 11-8 shot. Potential returns from this lucky 15 around about the £323 mark. So a lucky 15 I really like the look of, and hopefully after the frustrations of a premium tip becoming a non-runner yesterday, hopefully we can have a much needed winner there today. But we seem to be in really good form at the moment. You know, it was a really disappointing week last week, but Saturday, Sunday and Monday have all been profitable days, so let's make that 4 really profitable days in a row, but let's make it a really big one of bookie bashing. The final tips from us today, as I said, we're launching this odds on double. Now this is almost a bit of a bank building service, I'd say. You know, it's just maybe some small stakes at decent enough odds, just to perhaps boost the bank, and it's always good to have, you know, plenty of funds in there. And as I say, this odds on double's been doing really well. It isn't going to win every day, that I know many people would expect it to with odds on. It's not going to do that, but you know, usually the odds are around about the sort of 6-4 mark, 2-1. Actually, the double today is around about the 11-10 mark, but they were 2 horses I felt really strongly on, and you know, it might be a really good way to more than double your money on today's odds on double. But yeah, hopefully it'll be a nice little bank builder for us. And then, as I say, it's been going well the last couple of weeks, but if, you know, it has a really bad spell and it doesn't look like it maybe is the correct bet, then I will of course stop it. But it seems to be going down well, and some people have even liked adding it to their lucky 15 to try and boost the odds, so that's your call. But just as an odds on double today, the first one is Actabnate, and that's in the 2 o'clock at Nottingham at 2-5. And then it's Kibar in the 2:10 at Bath at around about 1-2, and that's in around about 11-10 the odds for this double. And I'll go, I'd say, a 2-point win on this bet there. So they're all of the tips for today. If you've got any questions about any of them, as I say, don't feel any pressure, or, you know, don't hesitate. Sorry, I should say, to get in touch with me about them. And if there are any extra tips that you'd like, or, you know, you just want my opinion on a certain horse or a certain race, then that's absolutely fine. just quickly going to have a quick talk about the weekend, and the Temple Stakes is going to be one of the big races, one of the big sprints of the year, and it looks as though we're set to see the likes of Soul Power, Kingsgate Native, and Hot Streak all go toe to toe here. And for me, if I'm looking at an anti-post point of view, around about 3-1, 7-2 on Soul Power looks a bit good to turn down. I think he's a top horse, a touch above some of the rest at the moment, and I think he's a really good bet for Royal Ascot at the minute as well. But hopefully he can continue his really good form here. I think he's a classy sprinter that should go well in a race like this. I think Soul Power is a top quality horse here, and that might just be some decent anti-post value there on Soul Power for the Temple Stakes this weekend. But that's just about it actually for today's video. If you've got any questions throughout the day, remember you can email me, joe@freeracingtips.co.uk, or join in the Facebook group. It's facebook.com/groups/FRT Gold. Plenty of ways for you to get in touch. Don't hesitate to do that. But yeah, thanks for watching today's video. There'll be one once again tomorrow, where hopefully we can reflect on some more winners and look ahead to another really good day. Enjoy today's racing. If you're lucky enough to be going to some racing today, you can really ask for better conditions with the sun out and some really good grounds to look forward to as well. If you're not going, hopefully you can sit back and watch the races today. 5 meetings taking place. It's all about the flat. We're certainly in full swing with the flat season now. We've got big meetings coming up left, right and centre. Should be an excellent few weeks in terms of flat racing, and should be a good day today. So thanks for watching today's video, and I'll speak to you all a little bit later on. Bye bye.